have found that, I talk a lot about building relationships, and when it comes to email marketing, I think that is about the closest relationship that you can have with someone, or at least the people on the receiving end. That's what they feel, is because they've given you their email address. And people's email addresses nowadays are like your phone numbers were about 6 or 8 years ago, when it was like, I'm not giving you my phone number because I don't want you calling me all the time, and you only gave it to people that you trusted. And so with email marketing, especially with Constant Contact, it's about building relationships with people. It's not about just going out and blasting people. I get some of those emails from companies who think that if they just keep going and going, keep sending you more and more emails, that you'll eventually give in. This is the engagement marketing model, and I just kind of wanted to show this real quick. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it, but here you are. This is the door to your business, whether it is your website or whether you have a retail space. And whenever anyone comes in through that door, what you want to do is you want to provide a wow experience, whether they're coming in through your website or whether they're actually coming into a storefront. And once you provide that wow experience, you want to entice people to stay in touch with you. One of them is through email marketing. Hey, are you on our email list, or are you on our newsletter? Would you like to receive our newsletter? You may see some of those sign-ups around town. Those are the companies that I'm working with, and the sign-up sheet usually sits next to the register. So it's people who want to keep in touch with you or who want you to keep in touch with them. Once you entice them to stay in touch, you need to keep in touch with them and engage them with events, promotions, discussions, polls, and surveys. Engage them and get them involved in your business. Those people are going to keep coming through your door because you've engaged with them. You've actually made them part of your business. But also what happens is when you engage people, engagement, you start getting social visibility. Other people start seeing it. And what I'm going to show you tonight also with email marketing, and I always thought it sounded strange, but put things on your email like, do you want to sign up for my email list? Forward to a friend. Even though you're sending it to someone's email list, they may forward their email to someone else, and because you've engaged with them through email marketing, they're going to want to send it to their friends if the content that you put in your email they believe is good enough to share, and that's what we really want to do. And then what will happen is it's going to drive social word of mouth. You're going to get comments and shares on things. People will start rating you. This is where you're going to bring new prospects back in the door. And we have a certain amount of clients, but we don't want to be satisfied with that. We constantly want to be driving new people in the door. That's how we're going to stay in business. This is the way I see email marketing. Email marketing, you're delivering professional email communications. It's not just like a Microsoft Outlook. You're sending something out to everyone. You send out professional communications. It has your branding on it. It has ways that people can communicate with you. It may even have links to your Facebook, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, your Google+, all of these in your email. And you want to put information that's interesting and relative to them, something that they find valuable. Every time someone hits a piece of social media or email, they're listening to WIIFM. What they're asking is, what's in it for me? What are the kind of things, if I open this email, what am I going to get out of it? So we always want to have interesting and relevant content, and it also has to appear valuable to the recipient. So let's get started. And what I want to show you, I'm going to show you a couple of things. Right now there are two different types of constant contact. There's two different there's two different versions of constant contact, and I'm going to kind of show you both of them. The first thing that we want to do is we want to make a template, and what you're seeing now on my screen is Constant Contact's toolbox. Yeah, it's their marketing toolbox is what they call it. And that is the newest version of Constant Contact. Some of you have seen this and you may have this already. If, do me a favor, if your Constant Contact looks like what I'm showing you now, would you mind raising your hand so I kind of know? Okay, Scott. All right. We have a couple of people who this is what their Constant Contact looks like. What I want to show you is when you first sign into Constant Contact, this is a place that you will come to. And what we're going to do is we want to get you to your templates. So if your Constant Contact looks like this, click on Email. And over on the right-hand side, it says Create an Email. When you select Create an Email, it will take you to templates. And this is what your templates looks like if you have this version. So I am going to go back over to the toolbox. If you have the toolbox, this is what it looks like to you. And I'm going to get you to the templates in here also. When you get here, I already have some things in here. I have an autoresponder series. I have a newsletter that got sent out earlier today. Actually, I have 3 autoresponders in there. And to give you a quick idea of what an autoresponder is, an autoresponder series is a series of emails that you can set up, and I know you've gotten them before. It's a series of emails that you can set up so when somebody subscribes to your email list, they'll get like an email immediately. You could set one up to be sent to them 2 days from now, 5 days from that, 2 weeks later from that. So it's an entire set of emails that once you put someone's name into a database, into a particular email list, they will automatically start getting emails from you. So I have 2 of them that are active, and I have 1 that I'm still building right now. But what we want to do is we want to put together our first email. So go to the far right where it says Create and click on Create. And it will say Constant Contact. It says select a campaign to get started. If you want to send an email, that's the very top one. The second one is automate your emails. This is where you would go in and set up an autoresponder. And in one of my getting started, it's probably going to be a couple of weeks from now, I'm going to talk about how to automate your emails. And while we're at it, I want to let you know I will be back here Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, and we're going to talk about how to build your list. I get a lot of questions on, first off is how do I put a list together, and then how do I build one once I have it. So automate your emails, and then if you want to run a promotion, grow your Facebook fans, collect event registrations, create a survey, or collect donations, all of those options are there also. Send an email and automate your emails unless you have the marketing toolkit, which I believe is $45 a month. All you can do is send an email or automate your emails. If you want to run a promotion, grow Facebook fans, anything underneath that, you'll have to have the marketing toolkit to do that. So if you don't have the entire marketing toolkit, and you just have the Essential toolkit, you'll have Send an Email and Automate Your Emails. So let's click on Send an Email. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to start with a template. If you have an email template already from another email marketing system, or you have a graphics person that will design a template for you, you'll click on Code Your Own Template, and you can just plug in code, and the template will look like however it is designed. But for the rest of us who do this on our own, start with a template. We are going to click on Select. Doesn't this let me make sure. I have a feeling that Constant Contact took me to the other screen. So give me just a minute, and I am going to bring up the marketing toolkit. I was afraid that this was going to happen because I had the marketing toolkit up with the with that other screen. So give me just a minute, and I will get logged in to my personal email, and that should bring up the toolkit. So don't look too close at my password. Just kidding. Okay, here it comes. There we go. We're on the toolkit now. So let's go back to Create. The far right-hand side, click on Create. Then we're going to click on Send an Email because we want to create an email. Now we're going to send an email. Let's select Select, start with the template, and you're going to have a lot of templates pop up. So just go down, look through the templates. There's nonprofit, volunteer, member, board member, supporter. Keep in mind as you're looking through the templates that you can change these templates and make them look just about however you want them to look. Over on the far right, customer, product, service. So go down through here and let's find a template. Let's do, one of the other things I want to show you with the templates as I'm looking for one is see the bottom right corner. It will tell you if that template, the bottom right corner of the templates, it will tell you if the template is mobile friendly. What I would suggest is that you get a template that is mobile friendly. So we'll keep going down. I'll tell you what, let's choose a basic letter. I kind of like that, and then we will work through things from there. We can preview it if we like to see if this is the one that we want to use. And if we look on the left-hand side, you can see the templates there also. Christmas card, donate, Earth Day, featured listing if you're a real estate person. But this is the one that we're going to use. Let me click on Select. And what it did was it went on and it grabbed my picture. I am going to take, and it put it in the signature block. I'm going to go ahead and take that out of there, though. I'm going to take that entire block out. I don't know if you saw that, but what I did to remove a block is hover over that block, hit the X, and that block will go away. If you notice, whenever I hover over a block that's already there, it comes up with an outline. And when there's a block that you want to change, you'll click on the little pencil, and then at the top what you'll see is this area at the top. is where it says save, cancel. You can, it's like a word processor. You can change the font inside that block. So we want that to come up. And inside the block, we can change the information however we want. You can highlight it just like you would a regular Word document and start typing. This is the story we told you about. We hope you find it interesting. Has to do with... Okay, if I get this wrong, Sarah, don't beat me up. Long arm quilting machines. Oh, I hope I did that right. I kind of stepped out on a limb with that one. Sarah's the expert on that. So I just kind of jumped in there. Okay, this is the story. So that block is done. Let's say we don't want to put any more information in there. Come back up to the top and click Save. If you all have any questions, my question panel went away, and I'm not sure where it is. It says that you all can ask questions. If you ask me a question and I don't get to it or I don't address it, do me a favor and put it in the chat. I do see my chat, but like I said, I don't know where my question block went. So now the message headline is already in there. The other thing that we can do with this is, well, there's a lot of things we can do. Let's say we highlight the content. If we want to change the color of the content, go up to where the A is, click the down arrow, and I can change it to red if I want to. Or if I don't like that, I can undo it, and I can change it to, let's change it to green, and let's make it bold so we can read it. There we go. So we have green and we have bolded it. And over to the right, you've probably wondered what that click to edit is. This is where you can insert an image. So if I go over the top, you see a little sprocket comes down, and I'll click on that sprocket, select change. This is what will pop up. This is my library. If you have just the essential email, you can store up to 5 images. If you pay for Library Plus, or if you have Library Plus, which is an additional $5 a month, you can store as many documents, you can upload as many images as you want and as many documents as you want into your library. So I'm looking for that one picture, and I'm sure I don't have one about a long arm quilt machine. So let's go back up here, and I'll tell you what, let's just go ahead and click on a LinkedIn. Let's put in a LinkedIn logo just in place. Okay, right, this is where you will work on your image if you need to make changes. If you go down to the bottom, there's a slider, and when you slide this, you can make that image bigger, you can make it smaller so it fits. Now I'm going to click on Insert, and it inserted LinkedIn, a LinkedIn logo right there. If I wanted to, I could put a picture of a long arm quilting machine in there, or I could put anything else in there. So let's save that. And what I want to do is I want to see what this looks like. So I'm going to go to the top, and I'm going to select Save Again, select Preview, and this is what your email will look like. This is what it should look like when you're sending it out. So this is the area that we changed, the message headline right in the middle. Let's get out of that. I want to go in here and put something about, I want to change the message headline. Okay, let's say long arm quilting machines. I want to give that a little bit of a break right there. And you kind of see how easy it is to change things in the text block. So let's go ahead and save that. And that block is ready to go, and see, we can go back over the other blocks. They'll pop up. Let's do something else to this block. Let's change the color behind it. So let's, we'll go down to the little paint bucket. It's right below where it says main text. Right underneath it says there's clear styles main text in the paint bucket. Click on the down arrow, and let's make this a, oh, I want to say purple. I know somebody's going to say lilac, or it's a different color, but let me click on that, and you've changed the background. The beauty of changing the background on things is what you can do is, if you have more than one block of information, if you change the background color on some of them, it will set each block apart, because if you notice when I move my cursor away, you can't tell that those are separate blocks. So that is how you put in one story, but we have another article that we want to put in. So there's two ways that I can add another message block. One of them is I can copy the current message block. If you notice over on the right-hand side, right next to the pencil, it says copy this block. And if you click on it, it will make an exact copy of that block. But I want to show you another way. So I'm going to go to the X. I'm going to delete that block. It says, are you sure? I'm going to say, yep, I want to delete it. But I want to add another block. So go to the left-hand side where it says blocks. Click on blocks. And right here is the fourth one down. After we've clicked on the tab that says blocks is message block. Let's click on it, and we drag it down. And what you'll notice is, see the dotted lines? That right now is where the message block will go, but I want to put it underneath, so all I did was move it down. I'm still holding down my the button on the left, let me see, yeah, the left button on my mouse. I'm holding that down. I want the message block to go underneath the other one. I'll let go of it. Now we've created another message block, and we start all over again. We go back into it, and we can say, this is my second message block test. Let's change the headline. Second is sometimes better than the first. It's another subject heading. If we want to, we can put another picture. If we don't want to put a picture, click on the down arrow and say delete, and the picture is gone. If we go, oh darn, I wanted a picture there, go to the left side and it says image. We'll go to image. We click on it with our left mouse button and we drag it down into the box. And then it says, it takes us to our, which image do you want to put in there? Let's put this image in there. Wow, that's super huge. So we go to the slider down at the bottom and we take down our the size to wherever we think it ought to be. We can always come back and change it later. If you noticed on the right side where dimensions is, you can change the dimensions also if you know what dimensions you want it to be. Let's select insert, and it puts it smack in the, well, not smack in the middle, on the left side. Let's see what happens if we click to go to the right side. There's an align right. We'll click on it, and all of the words and everything go to the right. So let's go back in here, And what we want to do is let's select the alignment, see if we can get it over on the right-hand side. Boom. There we go. Did you see how I did that? Okay, let me do it one more time. I'll undo it. We put our picture in. It took it clear to the right-hand side. We don't want it there. I'm sorry, it took it to the left. We don't want it there. We want to send it to the right. Click the down arrow, select alignment, and select right. And that will move just the picture to the right-hand side. So we're done there, and we want to save that. Now we have two different message blocks. If we want, we can go into this message block, and if you noticed, I did not click on the little pencil. I'm going to say, yes, I'm done. I didn't click on the pencil. I clicked directly in the message block. So there's two ways to open it up. Click on the message block. It opens up. Now let's make the background a different color. Go back to the paint bucket. It says select background color, the little down arrow next to the paint bucket. Click on it. And let's make this a, oh shoot, let's make it a blue or an aqua. Let's save that. There we go. Now you can see definitely two different blocks, and if you notice, they stick out, they pop. They're right in front of you. Look at the black on white. They kind of fade in, but the long arm quilting machines, and second is sometimes better than the first, pops right out at you. It makes it easier for people to see what you're doing or to see each one of the stories. You kind of decide how much is too much, though. Sometimes you can put in too much color, so take a look at it and see how you feel about it, when you're looking at it. So I've shown you how to change the text. I've shown you how to add color to the block. We've brought in a picture. We've added a second block and done the same thing. We did the background color, and we did the picture. We brought in a picture. Down at the bottom, real quick, down at the bottom, this is a coupon block. If your template has that and you don't like it, all you have to do is hit the X and it will go away. If you want to use the coupon, go ahead and write in what you want your coupon to be, put an expiration date on it, that type of information, and that is ready to go. If you don't have a coupon and you want a coupon block, over on the right-hand side where it says blocks, go down to coupon, click on coupon, drag it across, and now we have two coupon blocks. So that's a lot of it, is just grabbing it and dragging it across. I want to also show you one other way to do colors. Let's go back just to the left of blocks is colors and fonts, and underneath colors and fonts you can change the background colors or you can change the font colors. Down at the bottom you can change the borders. So I'm just going to take you through the body background, and let's click on that. And what we can do is, okay, I'm hoping I'm getting through. I'm getting a message that I maybe have degraded audio quality. So if that happens, somebody let me know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the body background. Let's change the whole body background to a yellow. So I'm going to click on the yellow, and the entire background changes. And you all may have seen some of my emails that came out like this with the yellow background. You can go back and click on it again. You can make a blue background. You can make a purple background if you want. You can even do green if you'd like. So let me go back to the white background. Oh, I don't like white. Let's leave it light. Yep, let's leave it light. Let's do a light green. Now I'm back to the yellow. You can also put a different background. I'm just going to leave it at that for right now. You can do a coupon background differently if you'd like. And let's do let's see what red looks like. Now red doesn't look too good. See, we can go in and you can change the backgrounds and you can kind of experiment with the different colors and see what works for you. Okay, one other thing I wanted to show you about content is if you're looking for content, for instance, let's look for content for a long arm quilting machine. So I'm going to open up a new tab, and what I like doing is I like using Google Alerts. If you're not sure how to get there, Google Alerts, click on Google Alerts, and it says monitor the web for interesting content. If you go to Google Alerts, and I go into the block and say, okay, let's create an alert on long arm quilting machines, and let's see what comes up. What this is, it says there are no recent results. Below is a sample of the type of results you will get. So long arm quilting machines, and or grandma hands down love of quilting. Janice is working on the quilt by this long arm machine. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and select this. What these are, Google said that there are no recent results. What Google Alerts are is they are the most Googled content about the keywords that you put in at the top for it to search for. The other thing you can do is you can create an alert by clicking on it and then putting in your email address, and every day you will get an alert every day that there's information about the topic that you searched for. Google will send you an email. So let's go down, Grandma hands down love of quilting. Let's click on that, because what I want to show you is how to find content to put it into your email. So I want to share a topic with someone, and so what I'll do is let's take and copy the headline. I'm going to copy it. Let's go back to my email. Let's go back to the second one. I want to cancel the first. Yes, I'm done. Let's go to the second one. This is where I want to put the topic, the title, and I'm going to paste it right there. Grandma hands down love of quilting. Let's go back to our story. Let's copy the first paragraph, and you'll see where I'm headed here in just a minute. The first paragraph, let's paste that into your block. So now what we have is we have the article or the story. It's called Grandma Hands Down Love of Quilting. When he was 3 years old, Chase Clausen hung around with his cousins and his grandmother. So it is a part of the story. And down underneath, let's do something like get the rest of the story. Click here. Now what you're doing with this is you are ensuring that nobody makes a claim against you that you have used their material, because all you're doing is you're using the title, a piece of the story. I mean, it's one paragraph, but what we want to do is we want to make this a clickable link. So let's go back to Grandma Hands Down. We're on the story. Go to the link and highlight it. Copy that link. The way I got copy on this is I clicked my right mouse button after I had highlighted the link. Then I clicked my left to copy it. Go back to our email, and we have highlighted where we want people to click. There's a little chain link. It's on the right, far right-hand side, top row, right underneath options. After you've clicked on the block that you put the information in, this is where you're going to insert a link. So when I click on insert a link, the cursor will go where you want that link URL to go. So we're in that block, and all we do is select paste, and this is the link to that story. Right above that, it's text to display as a link, and that's the click here. Let's select insert. You noticed it's a link now. Select save because we want to save the work that we've done. Let's go to the top. Let's select save again to save the entire email. Now let's select preview. Okay, we're in preview mode now, and the beauty of preview mode is you can check your links. So we talk about long arm quilting machine, grandma hands down love of quilting. Oh, there's a link. It says click here. You notice how the hand changes from a cursor to a finger. We're going to click on that. There's the story. It takes people directly to the story. I'm going to delete the two stories, and we go back, we click on it, it takes them directly to the story. The beauty of this is you can have more than one story, and what Constant Contact will do, and I'm going to teach this at a later date also, is after you send out your email, every time someone clicks on that link to go to that story, Constant Contact will keep track and tell you how many people clicked on that link and who those people were. Then you can get an idea of what your audience likes to read, the types of information that they want to look at. While I'm here, I'm in preview mode. The far left column at the top, it says email addresses, and my email address is in there, and down underneath it says send a test. So if I want to, I can select send a test. It says your test email has been sent. What we are looking at just got sent to my email box. That's what you want to do before you send anything out. Okay, so I have talked about templates. I've talked about colors. We've talked about putting content into the blocks. We've talked about adding blocks. This should be enough to get you going to get your first email out the door. I should say get your first email template done. One other thing before I go on to something else is at the top right below the black or the gray band that runs across the top that says spam check, design, preview, save. These are your header options. You'll want to click in those and have a really cool subject lines. Can you do without a long arm quilting machine? I know that's probably not a real good one because this is huge and I'm sure they are a lot of money. Okay, let's do something else. Let's do, what is a long arm quilting machine? Let's do something even a little bit different than that. Get introduced to long arm quilting. Okay, what I want to do with my subject line is I want to write it in such a way that it's enticing for people to open the email, to actually look at the email, and when they look at it, it takes 2 seconds for people to decide whether they're going to open the email. The first second is they'll look at who it's from. The second is they look at the subject line. If they don't know who it's from and the subject line is not something that interests them, they may never open your email. So we want to get it open. So get introduced to long arm quilting. Wow, I have no idea what it is. So I would want to open that email up to find out. Select OK. And at the top, your subject has changed. So we have all that taken care of. Let's save that. And let's select Continue. At this point, what's going to happen is you need to add your email lists to that. And it says send to lists or add new contacts. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this as a draft. We're going to come back to this in just a minute, because what I want to do is I want to show you how to upload your contacts into an email list. You know what? I think you can do it from right here. So let's say we have it built. You have your list of email contacts. Let's select the plus. And if you have lists, you'll go through your list and you'll pick out the list or the lists that you want to use, or select all, and they'll put it on all the lists. Let's see what happens when we select Add Contacts. Okay, it doesn't have it on there where you can add a list. Let's go back to lists and let's go search. Let's do a search. Nope. Okay, I thought you could set up a list from here, but you can't. So let's go back and set up an email list. So we want to select contacts. If you have contacts, what I suggest, let me grab a contact list real quick, and show you when you set up a contact list or an email list, what you want to do in that list is at the top, you want to have it on a spreadsheet, and at the top of the spreadsheet, here we go. I have a test list here. At the top of the spreadsheet, you want to have the company name, the person's email, their first name, and their last name. But there are only 2 parts that are mandatory. Actually, there's only one. All you really need is their email. You don't need first name, last name, or company name. I like putting in the first name because Constant Contact will put a greeting. And if you have first name in your list, it'll say, Dear Mark, Dear Tom, Dear Grace. So I like having that information there. I also like having the last name, because then I can keep track of who that person is. If I'm not sure who Mark is, mark.johnson@gmail, then I can look at his last name and say, oh, okay, I remember Mark. So this is our test list. So I'm going to put that off to the side. And what we want to do is we want to add contacts. So there's a big yellow button on the right-hand side. It says Add Contacts. So that's what we want to click on. And when we do, we can either create a new contact, add multiple contacts, or we can add from file. Now what we're going to do, if you set up the spreadsheet, you can add directly from a file. So let's click on that Add from a File. Going to put in Choose File. And let's go to email lists, and what I've done is now I am going into all I'm doing is going into my hard drive, and I am looking for my test list. Let's see where it went to. I'm looking, and I don't see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to grab a list. Let's grab this list. And I uploaded that list. That list is there. Let's select continue. Even though it still says choose file, there's the name of the list. I'm going to select continue. And what Constant Contact will do is it will show me 2 out of the entire list to make sure. Underneath first name, there's Ramona, last name Ross. This is her email address, company name, and phone number. It'll show 2 different people's information. And that information, you want to check and make sure that everything is correct. When you're done, select continue, and then you tell Constant Contact which email list you want to add it to. Select it, and if that list is not there, which this one isn't, we're going to create a new list. Down at the bottom, we're in Manage Email Lists. If you have a list, you can search for it. If you think you already have it, but to create a new list, go to Create New List, click on it. Let's put Test List. We select Create. Then don't forget to say Apply. Select Apply, and it shows that we have selected that list. This is what we're going to call the list. And then we want to import the list that we just picked. So we select Import. Constant Contact imports them. Import complete. 18 contacts were updated. 7 contacts could not be added because they were previously unsubscribed. If someone unsubscribes or opts out, you cannot add them back. They can add themselves back, but you cannot add them back. Okay, so now we want to get back to our campaigns. We want to get back to our email, so select campaigns on the left. Right underneath the home button, we want to select, okay, campaign created 04/08/2015. Click on it, because now we want to get it sent out to our list. Our email comes up. Select continue. At the very top right, let's select continue one more time. And our email, get introduced to Long Arm Quilting, add to email list. Click on the white plus sign, and we called it 04/08/15 test list. Click on that, and you can click on as many lists as you would like to add to it. I just want to send it to that test list. Let's select Save. And over on the right side, it says, when do you want to send? If you want to send it now, you can. It says Constant Contact will start processing it right away, but it usually takes a few minutes to send. If you want to schedule your email, select Send Later. If you click on the calendar, you can select the day that it goes out. Let's say it's going to go out April 15th. And you can also select the time that it goes out. Let's say we want it to go out at 3:30 in the afternoon, 3:30 p.m. Now your email is ready to go. All you have to do is select Schedule in the upper right, and it is scheduling it. And at the top, it says, your email is ready to launch. Now promote it on social networks using Simple Share. you are done at this point. The blue band in the middle tells you when it will be sending it. And if you're done, you select I'm done in the far right, and you are done with your email. It is ready to go out. It'll go Wednesday, April 15th at 3:30 in the afternoon. We've discussed templates, how to pick a template, how to change the blocks, how to change color, how to add content. I've shown you how to connect through a link to other stories. We've talked about colors, and we've also talked about how to upload your list. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to open it up to you all. If you have a question about something, raise your hand. I'll unmute you, and you can ask your question. And while I'm waiting to see if anyone has any questions, I'll tell you what. There is Sarah. Okay, Sarah. Hold on. Sarah, you are unmuted.
Thank you. Well, you went to show the content where you wrote just a paragraph and then you linked to that. Should we do, if I'm going to write an article, should I have it parked somewhere else and linked to it so that my newsletter doesn't look so lengthy that nobody wants to read it?
Good
point.
And if
so, how do I do that?
Good point. That is a really good point, Sarah. And I would keep them really short, kind of like what you're seeing on the screen now. You know, in the blue. You could probably make it a little bit longer if you like, but I like to keep it to where when people look at it, they can look at it quickly and see whether they want to read it or not. What I would do is use a blog. And you can use, if you go to WordPress, I believe it's wordpress.com. Your WordPress blog is free, and you can put it there, wordpress.com. You can create, you can create a blog there. If you have a website, what you may want to do is go to wordpress.org, and then you can host it on your own website. Okay, something happened. You can host it on your own website, and it doesn't cost you anything. WordPress is free. So what you'll do is you'll set up your WordPress, the story that you write, you'll upload it into your blog, and as soon as you publish it on your blog, you'll get a link to that story. And that would be the link that you would use in your email. Does that answer your question?
Yes, and I have one more, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you recommend having, like on your coupons, having a special that is available only to your email list?
I would. Well, let me put it this way. We've done it both ways. And whenever we're marketing, we're always doing marketing research. So if you offer a coupon just to your email people, you can see what kind of a reaction you get from your email people. If you put the same coupon on Facebook, you can see what kind of a reaction you get from your Facebook people. That way you can see what they're reacting to, and are they reacting to your coupons. The other thing that we like doing is we like putting the coupon clear at the bottom. Couple of reasons. The first couple of times we want to find out how many people actually get to the bottom, and then after that, once people know if you put a coupon down there more than once, how many people go through your entire email, and they have to go through your entire email to get to the coupon at the bottom, if that makes sense.
Thank you.
You bet. All right. Hey, Shelley. How is Shelley doing tonight?
I'm doing great.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks for sitting in. What are you wondering about, Shelley?
I want to I want the background to look like an old piece of paper, but it looks like I can only do colors. Can I put an image as my background?
Yes, you can. I'm not sure how to do that, but you sure can. Yeah, because I have seen people do that.
Okay.
I've never done that, but I've seen it done. The best thing to do on that, and I hate to push you in this direction, is contact customer support. They could probably answer it like lickety split.
Okay.
And that number is right at the top, that 855 number.
Great, thank you.
Well, sure, Shelley. Not many people get questions over on me. That is a really good question, though. I like how you're thinking.
Oh, good.
And what that also
thank you.
What that also does is that personalizes your email. And then when people see that special background, they know exactly who it's from. So I think that's a great idea.
I want it to look similar to our website.
Perfect. And the cool thing about that is now you have common branding.
That's what I hope for.
Yep. So when people see your email, they connect with your website. So that's a really good idea. All right, Shelley, thanks a lot.
Well, thank you.
You bet. Okay, I don't see any other questions. I'll leave it for just a second and see if there's any other questions. While I'm waiting, if you go to asmomaha.com/calendar, you'll see my calendar and where I'm going to be next. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing simple steps to using email marketing at Pizza West. And there's a $10 charge for that, but that includes the all-you-can-eat pizza and salad bar. It starts at 11:30. You're more than welcome to come a little early if you like. Go to asmomaha.com/calendar and click on the link and then click on register today and you can get registered. Friday, I am going to be doing an introduction to LinkedIn, another webinar, but this is going to be with the Regional Director of Constant Contact. Again, you can sign up out on my website, on my calendar. This is going to be fun. That will be my second webinar, so hopefully it'll go better than tonight's did. Next week at 11:30, Social Media Made Simple and Automating Your Social Media Marketing. We're going to talk about some trends in social media marketing, and I'm going to show you some ways to automate your social media. But please sign up. The radio show, I don't know how much longer I'm going to do that because we're going to start focusing on webinars rather than the radio. Marketing yourself through social media is coming up. That's on the base. And at your leisure, you're more than welcome to go out there and take a look at the different programs that we're offering. We're constantly updating it, and we're constantly getting asked to go to new places. Feel free that if there is some place that you would like for me to speak, just let me know. Social Quick Starter. This is awesome. I like it. It's free. socialquickstarter.com. It is a constant contact website. There's information on social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. You can see all of the information that's out there. They don't ask you for anything. Don't ask you for your email address, your credit card, your firstborn, or any of that. Next steps. If you are not a constant contact person, if you want to sign up for email marketing, I have a link. If you just go to asmemailmarketing.com and sign up, then I know you've signed up and I can get in touch with you and let you know about events that we have. You can register for our free webinars like you did this one tonight. And there's Social Quick Starter. That is on there also. Before I wrap up, this is me. If you want to get in touch with me, this is how you get in touch with me. Send me an email, call me on the phone, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. It has been awesome. We will be back here next Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. It is on my calendar. You can go to my calendar. If it's not on there yet, I think I saw it on there. If not, it will be tomorrow. You can sign up for not only LinkedIn on Friday, next Wednesday nights, getting started with email marketing. We're going to do a deep dive into lists and how you build your list, how you upload your list, what you do with your list once it's uploaded. So I appreciate everybody being here. Thanks a lot, and I look forward to meeting with you again. Those of you who are going to be at my presentation tomorrow, I will look for you there. Everybody, have a fantastic night, and once again, thanks for being here. Bye.